In a relentless nighttime assault, Russia unleashed a barrage of missiles and drones upon the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv and its neighboring areas, a strike that persisted for hours and resulted in the deaths of at least 16 individuals. In recent months, the forces from Moscow have escalated their ballistic missile strikes on Kyiv, taking advantage of Ukraine's persistent lack of US-manufactured Patriot air defense interceptors, which are the only system in their possession capable of intercepting these missiles. This summer, extensive missile attacks by Russia have become a common sight. According to a recent statement from the United Nations, Kyiv emerged as one of the most severely affected cities in July, recording a tragic toll of at least 54 civilian fatalities and 202 injuries. Simultaneously, Ukraine has brought the conflict directly to Russia by launching long-range drone attacks on oil installations. Additionally, Ukraine's long-range drone assaults have disturbed the Russian populace by targeting warehouses belonging to Wildberries, the largest online retailer in the nation. Here's all you need to know. In the shadows of night, explosions echoed through Kyiv, while the Air Force reported that strikes were documented at 28 sites nationwide. According to emergency services, the capital witnessed the deaths of 15 individuals, while an additional fatality occurred in the broader Kyiv area. President Zelensky reported that approximately 40 people sustained injuries as air raid alerts continued to sound well into the early morning hours. According to the subway systems operator, over 38,000 individuals, with more than 2,000 of them being children, took refuge in the underground stations of Kyiv throughout the night. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that it targeted an industrial facility in Kyiv that produces parts for Flamingo cruise missiles. Additionally, the Russian ministry indicated that locations associated with drone production and storage, an ammunition depot, and a logistics hub were also struck. According to Ukraine's intelligence agency, as reported by the news portal Ukrainska Pravda, Russia has the capacity to manufacture over 200 cruise and ballistic missiles each month. Ukrainian officials stated Russia has accumulated a stockpile exceeding 1,100 cruise missiles, approximately 130 Iskander-M ballistic missiles, and several hundred additional missiles of various types. According to Zelensky, Russia launched overnight attacks targeting 12 sites within Kyiv's Darnitsky, Sviatoshinsky, and Solomyansky districts, resulting in damage to 30 apartment buildings, a school, a children's hospital, and a kindergarten. In the Solomyansky district, the upper 2 stories of a 9-story apartment complex were completely obliterated, with fires igniting on various other levels. Additionally, individuals found themselves trapped inside 2 residential structures and a shelter located within a school. The unyielding assault by Russia has instilled fear in neighboring European nations, particularly those adjacent to Ukraine, who are anxious about the potential for Moscow's aggression to expand further. In response to the assault on Kyiv, the operational command of the Polish Armed Forces initiated its military aviation operations, along with activating ground-based air defense systems and radar surveillance. According to a report by the Polish news agency PAP, both Polish and NATO military aircraft were dispatched to oversee the airspace. According to Romania's defense ministry, a drone of unknown origin crashed and ignited in a deserted region close to the border with Ukraine. 2 Spanish F-18 jets, deployed on a policing mission in Romania, were scrambled overnight to monitor a group of air targets near the border, the ministry said. Moreover, Romania's acting defense minister Radu Miruta announced that 2 F-16 fighter jets from Romania were dispatched to eliminate a naval drone spotted in proximity to a significant gas project in the Black Sea. Additionally, the Defense Ministry of Moldova reported that its airspace was violated by a minimum of 1 drone. Ukraine says it struck more Russian oil facilities. According to Ukraine's general staff, its military targeted an oil refinery located in Nizhnekamsk, situated in the Tatarstan region of Russia, igniting a fire. Additionally, they hit the Tamaneftegaz oil terminal in Volna, in Russia's Krasnodar region, which also erupted in flames. In recent months, Ukraine has targeted both facilities as a strategic move to undermine the crucial oil sector of Russia. According to a report from Russian state news agency TASS, Tatarstan's leader, Rustam Minikhanov, announced that the region experienced a massive attack. His press service provided the information. Numerous drones specifically struck the Zakamsk economic zone in Nizhnekamsk, causing interruptions in industrial production and inflicting damage on residential structures, as quoted by TASS. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 726 drones overnight across several Russian territories, including the annexed region of Crimea and the waters of the Black and Azov Seas. This incident marks one of the most significant aerial assaults by Ukraine during the ongoing conflict. A hard and costly slog on the 1,250-kilometer front line. Is Zelensky treating Ukrainian troops as cannon fodder? And is it time to give up now? Russia is exploiting Ukraine's chronic shortage of air defense missiles. War-weary Ukraine banks on US-made air defense systems. The interceptors remain in short supply. It keeps getting harder and harder for Ukraine to stop Russian attacks. Trump has said he is ready to grant Ukraine licenses to make Patriots. However, the specifics and schedule are still ambiguous. Complete production will potentially stretch over years. Russia boasts a clear missile advantage. As the heir to the substantial Soviet missile arsenal, Russia boasts the widest inventory of ballistic and cruise missiles in the world. Russia remains a major power in the development of missiles of all kinds. Russian strategic rocket forces constitute a significant element of Moscow's military strategy. Russian missiles perform a wide variety of missions, from anti-access area denial in local conflicts to delivery of strategic nuclear weapons across continents. As per the CSIS missile defense project, a significant modernization program continues in Russia, producing new variants of both ballistic and cruise missiles with significant new capabilities. Russia is also making major advancements in the field of precision-guided cruise missiles. Moscow has boosted the production of Iskander missiles. The Iskander tactical missile system effectively destroys high-value pinpoint and area targets in the tactical depth of enemy troops. It fares well when the enemy actively uses traditional and precision-guided weapons, missile defense, and air defense systems. The Iskander is equipped with two solid propellant single-stage guided missiles. The Iskander is capable of detecting targets by its satellite, aircraft, and conventional intelligence. The Iskander has a range of approximately 400 to 500 kilometers and can carry conventional and nuclear warheads up to 700 kilograms. Once deployed, missiles can be launched within 16 minutes from a mobile launcher. Furthermore, a second missile can follow in less than 1 minute, following the successful launch of a previous missile. At the same time, Putin continues to swear by glide bombs. A glide bomb is a standoff weapon with flight controls which allow it to use a gliding flight path onto a target at a greater distance. These weapons allow Russia to supplement an inadequate inventory of tactical air-launched missiles. They also help Russia avoid using free-fall bombs that expose pilots to a greater risk of being shot down. Russia is using glide bombs, along with direct attack munitions, in volume to overwhelm Ukrainian air defenses. Russia has the capacity to produce more glide bomb kits for older Fab series bombs than Kyiv has to resupply its defense systems ammunition. Therefore, shooting them down directly is not a sustainable strategy. Not to forget, Russia is modernizing its Tu-160 bombers at a key juncture in the war. The White Swan is the largest supersonic aircraft in the history of military aviation, the heaviest combat aircraft in the world, with the highest maximum takeoff weight among bombers. Tu-160 destroys installations in remote areas and the deep rear of continental theaters. At least 44 world records. A flight for a close course distance of 1,000 kilometers with a payload of 30 tons was performed at an average speed of 1,720 kilometers per hour. The airplane has a toilet, a galley unit, and a sleeping berth. It is equipped with a probe and drogue type flight refueling system, integrated low-wing configuration aircraft with a variable swept wing, tricycle landing gear, all-flying tailplane, and fin. High-lift devices include slats, double-slotted flaps, and spoilers, and flaperons are used for roll control. 4 engines are mounted in pairs in nacelles in the belly. The bomber boasts 2 compartments to accommodate the payload, located in tandem, one after the other. The main materials of the airframe are titanium, heat-treated aluminium alloys, steel alloys, and composite materials.